Hello, Mr. Kagan. My name is Zumbui, and I'm a member of class of summer 2016 at SEOV Vietnam, and I would like to be your mentee. So I think it's best that I'll tell you more about myself. Let's start with that first. So I graduated from Grinnell College in Iowa, US in 2017. I double majored in economics and mathematics. I chose those two subjects because they were pretty flexible. They allowed me to pursue whatever I wanted to do after college. And after graduation, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I joined PricewaterhouseCoopers in their consulting division in Ho Chi Minh City, but only for 2 months. And then I joined Fast Forward Advisors, which was a boutique consulting company that helps startups in Vietnam raise funds from venture capital investors and helps them grow. So my main responsibility there was to develop the growth service of the company. And now I'm working as a growth hacker at Finsify, which is a fintech startup in Vietnam. Finsify developed a personal finance mobile app called Money Lover, and this app has been pretty successful um, across different markets, including Vietnam, US, Indonesia, Thailand. So, yeah. Having said all that, I have had quite a bit of a struggle figuring out what I want to do, both short terms in terms of individual jobs and more long term in terms of career that I want to pursue. But I think now I believe that I have found my answer. So the most significant experience that has helped me come to my answer was a website that I developed with a few friends as a side project called Tech. It's linked in the description. So Tech is essentially a marketplace for lawyers in Vietnam. You can think of Avo, also linked in the description, but in Vietnam on an Uber model, but for lawyers in Vietnam. The idea came to me after a pretty spontaneous conversation I had with my mom during my senior year in college, and I realized that the process for finding lawyers in Vietnam was pretty inefficient. It was pretty non-transparent, very time-consuming, and very costly. And it actually started way before I went to the U.S. for college, and it almost cost me the chance to go to the U.S. to study. So that motivated me to try to create something to deal with this inefficient problem. Uh, and so I founded that website with a few friends, and I have been testing it for a year and a half. And that helped me realize what I really enjoy is to build and design products that solve problems for other people and myself. I think what appeals me to building or designing products is that is a blend of both uh, analytical thinking and creativity. It's analytical in the engineering aspect, but it's creative in the sense that there are many ways to approach solving a problem, uh, and each way has its pros and cons. Uh, Another thing that appeals to me about building products is that I can see the result, the impact very clearly and very quickly. As pretty much about a month after I implemented a chatbot on the website, I started receiving a lot of questions um, that really showed me the market and the response of people to our idea, to our product, and it was very exciting. So from then on, I started tinkering with more products. So in FFA or Fast Forward Advisors, I built a chatbot that helped answer HR questions, so people don't bother me anymore with questions like where do I find this file, where do I find that photo, what are we having for lunch. And now at Finsify, I'm building another chatbot that acts as a personal finance advisor that integrates with your Facebook Messenger. So to sum up, what I have realized after this whole process that I really want to continue building and designing new products, at least in the next 7 or 8 years, in whatever capacity possible. Doesn't have to be startup, it could be in an established tech company. I'm not bent on becoming an entrepreneur myself, as in having my own company, but I just want to continue building products in whatever capacity possible. So I've been trying to teach myself the relevant skills in terms of building products. I do not have a hardcore programming background. I did not study computer science at school, but I picked up coding classes online, just enough for me to build something that is very primitive, very prototype like. Um, and I've been picking up wireframing, prototyping tools online too, also through online courses. And I've been studying gamification, which is something that helps me come up with new ideas to design products that are more engaging. And I've been trying to apply gamification at my current company, Finsify. So yeah, that being said, uh, considering all the things that I've done, I still feel a great sense of being lost and being overwhelmed and quite a bit of self doubt because of many reasons. The first reason is that tech, or at least for me, well, yeah, tech, the tech field or startups change. This landscape changes very quickly, very constantly. So I'm a lot of the things I've been doing are self-taught, so I don't know if I'm doing all the right things to keep myself updated, to keep myself from being obsolete, being outdated. And I haven't really had anybody to kind of feed off my thoughts and ideas from to make sure that I'm on the right track to get where I want to be in terms of building products. Um, and the second reason that gives me this sense of loss or self doubt is that my current position at Finsify as a growth hacker is very broad and very ambiguous. I work with both marketing team and product team, and I do everything I can to pretty much grow the product in terms of acquiring more users, retaining users, and converting users from free to premium. But because it's so broad, it's so ambiguous, I don't really know I have some ideas, but I don't really know if what I'm doing is the right thing, or I it's not as established as in like traditional consulting firms like PricewaterhouseCoopers or like in finance companies. So I'm kind of uh, I'm kind of overwhelmed by so many possibilities that I can do, and I'm not sure um, what would be the right thing to do, or if there is even a right thing to do. So that's giving me some sense of loss and a little bit self doubt. So all that said, that have led me to apply to the alumni program at SEO Vietnam, and have led me to choose you to be my mentor. And I think there are specific similarities see between us that I think would make this relationship um, fruitful for both of us. The biggest thing that stands out to me is our similarity in pursuing entrepreneurial ventures. So I see that after college, you moved to the West Coast, you started a company with your friend, and it didn't really turn out as you had hoped, but you continued working at other companies in their very early stages. Uh, and I think maybe the same thing that motivated you to join companies early stages was the same thing that motivated me to join Finsify, to work on my website Tech. It's just very exciting to see like a new idea that you developed yourself being put into the world and seeing how people responded to it, and then keep reiterating, keep developing it into something that's more and more beautiful every day. Uh, I think there's a lot of beauty in that, and of course, like the little bit of risk involved, it's also very kind of appealing, I guess. Uh, yeah, I think pursuing entrepreneur activities in general and building products in particular is something that we both share. And along the same line, I see that you also pursue social impact opportunities. For example, your Happy Eyes project. So I understand that for you, um, success in business is not the only goal or not the only end goal. And I want to learn that from you because one of the reasons that I started my Lasuda Tech website was to try to change the inefficient uh, landscape of the legal market in Vietnam that really affected my family, and probably a lot of other families too. So I wanted to create that kind of social impact, and I'm still a little bit of lost because I don't know how to continue merging business success and social impact in that sense. So I want to learn that from you. So that's the first similarity I see between us. And the second, more specific similarity I see is that we both have a technical education background, but then the positions we hold are very marketing, I would say marketing heavy, or at least has some marketing components to it. So, for example, for you, I see that you were product marketing manager at Echelon, at Telecenters, at Fortinet, and you studied electrical engineering in college and graduate school. And for me, I studied mathematics in college, and now as growth hacker at Finsify, and before that as business analyst at Fast Forward Advisors. There were a lot of there was a lot more marketing involved than I originally anticipated. And for me, I guess I am still used to the very clear cut, very well defined thinking style of a technical education, which was mathematics in my case. So marketing, I see it as a lot more ambiguous, a lot more, a lot broader, a lot more creative. So I'm feeling I'm not very efficient in the way I'm approaching marketing. I'm approaching it a little bit too rigidly because I'm trying to apply my precise thinking that I got from my technical education. So I think you have the answer to help me understand how to be more efficient in applying, understanding, learning marketing, as well as how to still apply my technical education to my current job. Uh, yeah, it's kind of a broad question, but I think you definitely had some insights that would be valuable for me. So that's the second similarity I see between us, and the sorry, and the final similarity I see, or well, not similarity, but I think the final point that I think we can both contribute to each other's development is that me, I work a lot with startups in Vietnam, and you've worked with a lot of startups in Silicon Valley. On my end, I'm trying to understand the best practices, the newest trends, what's uh, going on in Silicon Valley, because a lot of, well, not a lot of, but all of my colleagues are Vietnamese, and I've never really worked in Silicon Valley myself. So our perspectives and viewpoints are kind of similar to each other, and we haven't really expanded our horizons yet. At the same time, on the other hand, I see that you're trying to get more involved with Vietnamese startups, more Vietnamese ventures. So I think um, we can both benefit from each other. I can understand, expand my team's viewpoints towards building products in particular, but kind of startups in a more general terms from your experience working in Silicon Valley. And at the same time, you can, I hope, you can expand your experience working with startups in Vietnam through me and then eventually through my team at Finsify. So yes, I think that's something that could be very valuable in the relationship. So, and well, one final point, but well, I'm not sure if you're still interested, but I see that you're looking for somebody to help you improve your Vietnamese. I think you probably already have some options, but I'm a professional Vietnamese born and raised in Vietnam, so I think I can definitely help you with that and any other things that you are looking for help and that I can actually help you with. So yeah. So to wrap it up, I see that there is a lot of similarity between us in terms of pursuing entrepreneurial activities, and I think I can learn a lot from you specifically to get where I want to be in terms of building products, not as a programmer, but in any possible capacity as a product manager or designer, etc. Uh, I think that I can learn from you how to utilize my technical education in mathematics and still kind of be on top of the game of marketing. And finally, I hope we can both feed off each other from our experience. You can expand your experience working with Vietnamese startups through me, and I can expand myself and my team's perspectives on our company and our product through your experience working with Silicon Valley companies. So yeah, again, thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to hearing back from you. Thank you. Bye bye.